This segment is sponsored by the Envision Charity Shop on Highfield Road, Blackpool. Shop pre-loved items or donate today. Call 01253 406 848. Hello and welcome to articles from the Fleetwood Weekly News. I'm Mike, stepping in for June and Sheila this week. These are articles taken from the Fleetwood Weekly News, dated Wednesday the 22nd of July. And we start with the article on the front page, which is headlined, Coast Guard Pay Cut Plans Halted. The Maritime and Coast Guard Agency has said it listened to Coast Guard resident officers after scrapping plans to cut the remuneration. Plans to end payments for thousands of volunteers, Coast Guard rescue officers, were halted, with Minister for Transport Keir Mather announcing that the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency, the MCA, would no longer proceed with proposals to stop hourly remuneration for attending incidents and training exercises. Coast Guard rescue officers, CROs, play a vital role in responding to emergencies, carrying out rescues and searching for missing people along the UK's coastline, including in Scotland, Wales and England's south coast. We have listened to Coast Guard rescue officers and heard the strength of feeling on how changes would affect them, said a spokesperson. We have agreed with ministers to pause plans to move to a revised volunteer model. The work of the service is vital to keeping people safe, and this pause gives us time to engage extensively with our hard-working officers, understand more deeply the potential impact of any changes, and ensure their views to help inform the decisions we take on how to shape the service going forward. Nicola Savage, GMB National Officer, described the decision to make cuts as a scandal. She said, "This is a richly deserved win for GMB's Coast Guards, who took their campaign across the UK on the corridors of power. It was a scandal that these brave, life-saving workers would have their pay cut, but ministers have listened and done the right thing." On the Fylde coast, concern regarding the proposed changes were echoed by MPs representing coastal communities. In our next article, deadline for fire repairs. The new owners of the fire-damaged former ex-catalogue shop on Lord Street in Fleetwood have been given 14 days to carry out essential safety works after Wyre Council served formal notice on the building. Following the recent change of ownership, the council has written to the new owners requiring them to remove the danger posed by the building. The works will include the installation of structural scaffolding to stabilise the property and allow safe repair work to take place. Wyre Council said completing the work should allow the road to fully reopen and restore normal access to neighbouring businesses. If the required works are not completed within 14 days, the council will apply to the Magistrates' Court for an order under Section 77 of the Buildings Act 1984. If granted, the order would give the owners a specified period to remove the danger. Should they fail to comply, the council will be able to carry out the work itself and recover the reasonable costs incurred. The update follows a major fire which destroyed the former ex-catalogue outlet on the 3rd of June. The building, which previously housed Marks & Spencer and Hitchens department store, was engulfed in flames. Our next article, Food, Fish and Music Festival, everything that you need to know. A brand new festival celebrating Fleetwood's rich maritime heritage, fresh seafood and live entertainment is set to make its debut this summer. Fleetwood's Food, Fish and Music Festival will take place from Friday, August the 14th to Sunday, August the 16th, 2026, bringing 3 days of food, music and family-friendly activities to the historic Lancashire coastal town. Presented by Wyre Council, the free flagship event aims to celebrate Fleetwood's proud fishing heritage while showcasing the people and businesses that continue to sustain its maritime legacy. Organisers also hope the festival will attract visitors, support local businesses, and deliver long-term cultural and economic benefits for the town. Councillor Lynn Bowen, Leisure, Health and Community Engagement Portfolio Holder at Wyre Council, said, "Fleetwood has a fantastic maritime story to tell, and Fleetwood's Food, Fish and Music Festival is about celebrating that heritage while looking confidently to the future. This new event will bring residents, visitors and local businesses together for a vibrant weekend that showcases everything that makes Fleetwood special, from its seafood and history to its strong sense of community. Visitors can look forward to fresh fish and seafood stalls, a bustling continental market, live cooking demonstrations from local chefs, live music throughout the weekend, and a traditional fun fair, alongside entertainment and activities for all ages. One of the festival's highlights will take place on the opening Friday with the return of Fleetwood's Fish Queen competition, which has not been held since 1939. One lucky winner will be crowned Fish King or Queen, reviving a much-loved part of the town's history. Live entertainment will feature throughout the weekend, with local favourites, the Deadbeats, bringing a high-energy party atmosphere with hits spanning the decades, while the Flatcaps will also perform as part of a packed programme. The festival will further celebrate Fleetwood's heritage through a variety of stalls featuring Fleetwood Museum and its significant maritime collections. The event is also being delivered in partnership with Fleetwood Market, reinforcing the town centre's role at the heart of community life. Fleetwood's Food, Fish and Music Festival is proudly sponsored by Fleetwood Fish Association, Midland Fish, a Welsh Seafood, West Coast Fish, and Seafood and King Neptune. Admission is free, with organisers promising a weekend packed with food, music and family fun for food lovers, music fans and visitors of all ages. Our next article: I've opened a new anti-bullying soft play centre for school holes. A Fylde Coast anti-bullying charity is expanding as demand for its services increases. Kindness Counts was set up by Michelle Carter in 2019 in her bedroom at home, and has grown to provide facilities for children from all over the Fylde Coast and be a familiar presence in Victoria Road West in Cleveland. Its community hub opened there in 2023, providing counselling and sensory rooms for youngsters affected by bullying and other concerns such as family separation or fears of violence in the streets. A thriving charity shop next door followed, providing vital funds for the charity, and now Kindness Counts has grown again, with a third hub next door offering soft play, also opened to local nurseries, a classroom, group room, reading room and sensory ball pit. Michelle says she's grateful to everyone who has supported the charity's funding of the new hub, and is delighted it is available to enjoy just as the summer school holidays dawn, as the charity services continue even when the schools are on their break. We are here for everyone who needs us, and from those days setting up in the first place in my bedroom, I never imagined it would grow so fast, she said. I was sad to hear children being distressed and even doing themselves harm because of bullying in school and other worries, and I felt I had to do something to help. As an anti-bullying children's charity, We are dedicated to providing essential resources that promote kindness in local schools and communities. As an increasingly interconnected world, the significance of fostering kindness cannot be overstated. Schools are the microcosmos of the larger community, and the values instilled in students often resonate beyond school walls. By promoting kindness in schools, we lay the groundwork for a more inclusive and accommodating society. Community engagement plays a crucial role here. Initiatives that involve parents, local organisations, and other stakeholders can strengthen the message of kindness and collective responsibility. We are devoted to providing schools with any essential resources needed to create an enriching learning environment, but it's not solely about support and care. It's also a place for fun and interaction with all sorts of activities, and it's great to have these new facilities available. Our next article is entitled MP Lorraine Lord's Longest Serving UK Councillor. Lorraine Beavers, MP for Blackpool North and Fleetwood, has paid tribute to the UK's longest serving councillor, Ivan Taylor, who fought for Blackpool communities for 59 years before his death last week at the age of 86. Councillor Ivan Taylor, 86, led Blackpool Council as it became a unitary authority, oversaw the rollout of Sure Start centres, and set up the town's first publicly run leisure centre. Tributes have been pouring in for the dedicated San Gronan, who Blackpool South MP Chris Webb described as a man who dedicated 6 decades of his life to serving the people of Blackpool. Ivan was an incredible public servant. He cared deeply for Blackpool and for the community he represented in the council chamber for so many years, said Lorraine Beavers MP. I want to pass on my best wishes to his loved ones and to our Blackpool Labour councillors who will be hurting so deeply. Thank you, Ivan, for your commitment, dedication and achievement for Blackpool. Ivan served as Blackpool councillor for 59 years and most recently was ward councillor for the Claremont ward. He was first elected to Blackpool County Borough in 1966 to 1969, then again from 1971 to 72. In 1973, he was elected for Blackpool Borough Council, which was, until 1998, a district council within Lancashire. He has been continually a councillor from 1973 to 2026, making 59 years representing the people of Blackpool and 53 of them consecutive. At the time of Ivan's death, he was the longest serving councillor in the country. And we end this week's Fleetwood Weekly News with Lorraine Beavers' column, which is entitled, I Miss My Home While in Westminster. This week was the last week of Parliament sitting before the summer recess. It has been a busy session of Parliament, but I am looking forward to spending more time in our community over the next few weeks. This is my home, and I miss it dearly when I am in Westminster. My love and commitment for our area is what drives me every day when I am down there. It is my love for the area that has made me so incredibly angry about the stench from the Jameson Road landfill. Last week, I led a debate in Parliament on the impact of waste management sites on local communities. We know that in Fleetwood, Thornton and Cleveland, they have had a huge detrimental impact. I spoke about the pain and suffering our community has been through with the issue at Jameson Road. I also made it clear that this must be a learning moment for us all. We must learn from what has happened here and improve the regulatory system to ensure that it never happens again anywhere else. I will keep fighting to get the site closed locally, and I will also keep fighting to make sure that no other community has to suffer the pain that we have been through. Following on from my comments last week about Kiana Dawes and domestic abuse, which leads to the victim taking their own life, I asked the question to the Home Office ministers in Parliament this week. I asked whether the minister would commit to the Home Office working with victims and campaigners to ensure that the law fully reflects the role that domestic abuse plays in the deaths of people like Kiana. This is an incredibly important issue, and I will keep pushing and working alongside with our Police and Crime Commissioner Clive Grunshaw. I also took part in a debate this week on isolation and hidden deprivation in coastal communities. I raised how our community had been left behind, that we were once thriving, but that years of austerity have let us down and really made us suffer. I made it clear that this decline was not inevitable and that the government must make right the decisions to fix it. One of the reasons I stood for election to Parliament was to rebuild our community, and I remain committed to do so. Finally, in Parliament this week, I supported the introduction of the Hillsborough Law. I wholeheartedly support this law, and I have the utmost respect for campaigners who have been fighting for years to secure justice and fairness. Back in the constituency, I attended a meeting of the Pride in Fleetwood board this week. It was another good meeting where we continued to discuss how the community would like the money to be spent. I also attended 2 amazing community events this weekend. Firstly, I went to Bispham Gala, where I was able to see the passion for our community. I was then able to attend Tram Sunday in Fleetwood. I loved it, and it is always such a great event. Now the kids have broken up for summer, I hope they all have a lovely rest. I will catch up with you all soon. And that concludes the readings of this week's Fleetwood Weekly News. I hope that you have enjoyed these articles. June and Sheila will be back next week. So until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Bye for now.